What is up? It is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is, the greatest there was, and the greatest
Great!
there ever will be.
They're great.
I am greatness personified. Myself. Yes, yes, Stoney Greatness. And I am here. The man of the hour. The myth. The legend. The activist. The author.
That I am. The painter.
The
artist.
The artist.
Yes.
The innovator. The entertainer. The educator. The penetrator.
Okay, we go there today.
There's just some respect. Bend the knee. Because we come from all across the world to see the man who wears the crown. That hair, 2 inches from the ground. Yes, he is your king. He's my king. Kyng Kevyn.
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for joining us for another great episode of the GreatMines Show with Stoney Greatness and Kyng Kevyn. I'm Kyng Kevyn. That's greatness personified. And we are excited to be back with another show where we're going to be talking. We'll be I can't even say it. Reviewing RuPaul's Drag Race season, All-Star Season 8,
Right.
Episode 4.
Yes.
So before we do all that,
make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. All right. If you're a part of any Drag Race fan groups, make sure you share us because we're the first review show that's out on YouTube. All the other, Drag Race people, they're still recording theirs and everything else like that. We're coming to you live with ours, because we know that you're ready to talk about it. So let's talk about it. So make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, share everywhere, guys, because we are where it's at. We are your first stop when it comes to RuPaul's Drag Race reviews. So, show us some love.
All right, so let's get into it. Ru comes to the workroom after the girls sit and talk about sending Kasha Davis home.
Right, because Kasha Davis went home last week.
Mm-hmm. And they also kind of like made reference to Jessica Wild win and the amount of the lack of enthusiasm that was in the room to celebrate her win. Mm-hmm. By the way of Heidi in the Closet, Hannah Montrese, and James Mansfield.
Right.
Now, I didn't want to say this. I said it last week. I'm gonna say it again this week. And if they don't get their act together, I'm gonna say it again next week. They played in her face. They are playing in Heidi's face, so everybody can see it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So Heidi was like, she was talking about how it's like they're not seeing. Heidi is, even in the last week's competition, where maybe she shouldn't have won because all the her looks weren't as consistent, but she had some of the best looks on the runway last week. So, yeah, I'm feeling the way she's feeling the way she was about to say, you know what, I'm going to pack up and leave. She decided against it, and she's going to give it her good foot forward. So, that's where we start the episode. When Ru talks about this week's challenge, she tells this pretty much to be a screen queen, and they're going to create trailers. They're going to put into groups and create trailers of a movie that they're starring. Now, to select the groups randomly, they're going to pick up all gold balloons, pop the balloons, see what color the confetti is, and depending on the color of the confetti, that determines which group you're going to be in. It's going to be groups of 3.
Yes.
Now, in order to pop this balloon, you have to stretch. Oh, you have a choice to either. Oh my gosh, it's gonna hit me now.
Yeah.
Either pop it, you be the one to add a compression, or you the one who get compressed.
Yeah, give or receive, in other words. Top or bottom, be real.
So
lot of bottoms.
A lot of the girls said, "Oh, I'm a top, so I'm gonna try something new and then bottom."
Mm-hmm.
The person in that I applaud the most, but I laugh at the most, is Darian Lake, because we know that's a big old bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in a shaming way. I'm not shaming
No,
bottoms.
no. Yes,
But
bottoms make the world
clear.
go round.
It's clear that she bottoms, and she knows that she bottoms, but she decided that she would do something different.
Right.
So she decided she would give.
Mm-hmm.
And girlfriend, it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
It was not working. It was kind of fun to watch her try to be butch.
Yes.
Try. Oh. Anyway, so after everyone did their popping of the balloons,
Yeah.
we ended up with 3 teams.
Yes.
The first team
Was the first team was what I like to call the American Black. We had Kahana Montrese, we had Heidi in Closet, and then we had La La Ray. Whites. We had Alexis Michelle, Darian Lake, and James Mansfield. And then the third team I like to call the Immigrants. We
not
had
really fair because Candy's not an immigrant.
Candy's from the Dominican,
but she's from the Bronx.
Right now. So she so you had Jimbo, who's Canadian. You had Jessica Wilde, who's Puerto Rican, and then you had Candy Muse, who's Dominican. So the immigrants. So so that's how everyone shook out, honestly.
They started working on their stories and their scripts and came up with their
and keep in mind the challenge was to develop it's called Screen Queens, and it was a challenge where they had to develop a television show or a trailer for a television show that's starring them as a team, and it could be anything, sci-fi, horror, any type of genre, but they had to do something that was showing off their charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
So I said this once and I'm gonna say it again. Do you realize how they keep teaming Heidi and La La Ree and now Kahana Matrice now, because in that newscast thing they did, it was the 3 of them.
RDR Live, there was the 3 of them, yes.
And now again in this challenge,
and now in this one,
it's they keep like what y'all saying. Why I keep pairing the black people together, and the white people together, and the Hispanic and others together. You have noticed that though, right? Okay. Yeah. No, Rue. What's up with the segregation?
Yeah.
I just had to say that. Anyway, so who did they talk to first? It was the Black Americans, right?
No, so they
when Rue came in and they were talking about they focused on what the girls were going to do.
I don't even remember seeing Rue do a walk.
No, she didn't. Yeah. It was Darian Lake, not Jessica Wilde, Alexis Michelle, and James Mansfield. And their idea, what they came up with,
was Get Off Island, which is basically like a spoof of the island, but with like dead celebrities being the other people on the other side of the island, and they're like not really dead, and they don't want people to know that they're not dead. And it was a good. I thought the concept was okay.
It could have been so much funnier.
Yeah, especially if they used more relevant people. They used Marilyn Monroe and freaking Agnes Moorehead. Now
I'm okay with Marilyn Monroe. So James Mansfield played Marilyn Monroe. You did okay as Marilyn Monroe. It wasn't a showstopper.
No, it was cute.
Yeah, and I can't even say the other lady's name, which Alexis Michelle did with that same breast.
Agnes Moorehead.
Well,
no, she played some other girl because on the boat they were them apparently, or something. And then when they found the other celebrities, she was supposed to be impersonating Agnes Moorehead. Now I'm pretty sure that everyone's like, why does Stoney keep saying Agnes Moorehead? Because who the hell is Agnes Moorehead? Exactly. Is my whole point, because you're sitting there saying, who the hell is Agnes Moorehead? Well, Agnes Moorehead was the mom from Bewitched. And some of you, a good chunk of you, are probably like, well, what the hell is Bewitched? Well, it was a show, a TV show from the 60s. The 60s and 70s, yes. And it was about a lady named Samantha, who was a witch. and her mom would just pop in and pop out, dressed in like a Afghan thingy that she was dressed in, and had the hair the same way. Spot on look for Agnes Moorehead. But
acting was underwhelming.
It is 2023. Why are you making an Agnes Moorehead reference in 2023?
Now, if it was Snatch Game and you did that, and you I think Alexis Michelle could have done good as Agnes on Snatch Game.
Yeah.
That's the place to do it.
Especially if you were able to land jokes. That was the thing.
Right. Like you are embodying these different known celebrities, and you're falling way short.
Huh.
So the concept, okay, it was a cute concept. Execution,
yeah, because of Agnes fucking Moorehead. Like you don't do that kind of reference in 2023. Again, save it for the Snatch Game or something else.
And they're not even doing a
pick somebody that's relevant. You know what I mean? Princess Diana would have been funny.
Right.
You know,
yes.
The Queen would have been funny.
Funnier,
you know,
honestly.
Like what the heck? Like you had a bunch of low-hanging fruit. You want to go and pick through the weeds to find Agnes fucking Moorehead.
She wanted to be special. You know, they want to do something that you don't think of. But Alexis has been like that safe girl. She has been safe in the background in the shadows.
Now let's get to the runway.
Okay, you want to jump right into the runway?
We're going to discuss the entire team as a whole. Okay. So let's just talk about their sit on the runway.
The runway theme was "As the World Turns," emphasis on ass.
Oh yes.
So who
no. I'm talking about what she did on the runway, not the looks yet.
Oh, okay.
We can talk about the looks and everything later, but what she did to the team. You know what I mean? Because that kind of
you know what I mean, took away from the judges' comments.
Yeah, that kind of took away from you know what I mean. So yeah, there was so during the judges' critiques of their little skits and stuff like that for Get Off Island, of course, it was very based off of our critiques. You guys can pretty much gather that the judges' critiques were pretty harsh too. And they were, and there came a time where I don't even think that there was even open for discussion, or the judges even opened it for discussion. Yeah, like Alexis Michelle just blurted out that, she wasn't responsible for the concept. And then she proceeded to throw, Darian, more so than James, but basically Darian and James, but more so than Darian, under the bus, that this was her concept and everything else like that. Now, I get it if this was a situation where the judges had a say in it and you really trying to set yourself up. But then again, the judges have proved to be prudent, especially RuPaul has proved to be prudent to those type of things, and then would put you would have been in the bottom too. You know what I mean? Trying to throw a teammate under the bus.
You think maybe that's why? No, she wasn't as good in that either.
Right, but all three of them were in the bottom.
Right.
What's the use of you doing that in front of the other drag queens? Because honestly, the other drag queens could vote you out.
That's true.
Based off of you throwing another drag queen under the bus, like, because who just says that you're not going to throw me under the bus if we're presented with another challenge and I'm on your team and we do terrible? No. So yeah, Alexis Michelle definitely kind of sneaky and snaky and slimy kind of move right there. It kind of took away from the overall performance of that team, and including their skit, which wasn't half bad. And I honestly thought Darian Lake was the strongest one out of all of them.
She was,
but yeah. So yeah, that was the second team. Now the third team.
Did we talk about what Heidi, Jimbo, and Jessica did?
No, you went to the way. We didn't talk about what the Black Americans did. So the Black Americans, right? Was Kahana Montrese, Heidi N Closet, and La Ree. Yeah. So what they did
if you watch the episode, you'll know what I did. What I just did.
Yep. They did was like a basically kind of sort of like if you remember the old Bugs Bunny cartoons, and there was a couple times where he came across the crook and the two crooks, and one of them was the smart wise guy, kind of talk like this, and then the other guy was like, "Yeah, boss, we gonna go and get this boss," and stuff like that. Yeah, it was like kind of like that dynamic. But what they were doing was they were like drag queens, and they were jealous of this other drag queens. Yeah. And they wanted to get like the good looking drag queen, and then they figured out that it was the tucking panties. So it was a whole.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
why I believe they're playing in my girl's face.
Mm-hmm.
Heidi, I didn't even recognize her because she put on a tooth piece, and you can even tell that she had her gap. Like she became a whole different person on stage, and her
She became
energy,
another person.
she was so good that it rubbed off on Lala because Lala in this skit was actually really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Lala was good as far as like in the skit. And so, Kahana Montrese played the pretty, drag queen that, they're kind of chasing after and trying to chase and get, her tucking panties so that they can get the secret to not be busted. So it was cute. It was a cute little, bumbling, you know what I mean, like Abbott and Costello type of, little type of vein type of thing. You got the point. It was funny. They were actually funny. I mean, the slapstick comedy was okay. Yeah, and Heidi was the strongest out of them. She went the furthest. She made me believe, like, and everything.
Yeah,
like it was great.
It brought me into this fantasy of
Mhm.
their skit.
Yeah.
And there's what's called Run Queen Run.
Run Queen Run. Yeah.
We didn't have anything super special going on with them on the runway.
Yeah, no, outside of Lala Ree's terribleness, which me personally, this would be the golden boot of the season. Not even Kasha Davis's clown look last week. This look would be the golden boot.
You know what it is? Lala Ree is like, listen, I'm going to win something. And because she's consistently awful.
Like when I tell you that look, because again, the theme of the runway was as the world turns, play on ass as the world turns. You know what I mean? And it was terrible. Like she came out in this red suit with like
no
padding, so it was all big old man refrigerator body.
Yes,
and then had the nerve to turn around.
Before you talk about the around, you can see that this outfit has some type of a nude illusion by the way it was cut. I have to point this out because you mentioned it about how it matched her makeup.
Mm-hmm.
It's not her skin tone, but she turns around and reveals that. And you can go back. I just had to make sure that people understood. Yeah. Like this, there's a slither of fabric on this outfit,
right,
that does not match your skin tone. It's supposed to be an illusion. You painted your face to match it,
right? But so her face, right, is this mocha color, and then you got this fabric, this nude type fabric that's this mocha color, and then you got her bare charcoal briquette looking ass cheeks that are out, like, and it is terrible, like just terrible, like really, like what did you? It looked like you sat down. Booty. It looked like you sat down on like an open bag of charcoal, and then want to walk out the house and think you cute. Like what the heck? You could have at least put some shading on your cheeks to kind of complete the illusion, or use padding to where you could have had that fabric extend all the way.
Yeah,
like
which I think in her case she should have.
Yeah.
Now,
because refrigerator body is not feminine.
No, it's not. Just even though we talked about our honorable mention, I have to shout out Heidi on her Eeyore costume. She again, the theme was ass. So what she did was she was a donkey.
She was ass. It was great.
And had a nice old booty. So then we have Team Jimbo Candy.
Kahana was okay. She was like a little nurse with the shot. Yeah, you know what I mean? And her ass was out. Like,
it was nice. A really good.
It was okay.
It was a really good look. Mm-hmm. But Kahana had the look.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just touching on the American women, the American white women, because we didn't touch on their runway looks. Alexis Michelle was a bride with her ass out, which I thought was very low. It was low because like you're seeing, bottom cheek and taint.
Yeah.
More so than ass. But the rest of it was beautiful.
I didn't like this one because it took too much for me to be able to get into what the theme was. When I look at you, like you walk the runway and you're doing look beautiful, but where's the ass? I gotta wait till you turn around to even get into it. So I'm lost in this wedding dress. Like, okay, it's cute, and it was, I don't know if it's because of my love of ass, but the ass that was revealed was underwhelming.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Yep, underwhelming so much. We're moving on in this conversation. So then we had
let's do James Mansfield.
Yeah, James Mansfield. Okay.
Had this Mayan type headpiece on.
Aztec type
Aztec,
of, you know what I mean? I think it was an Aztec.
Aztec,
you know?
Get it. But she also padded pretty nice. Had a nice little round booty.
Yeah.
So, James,
wasn't the focal point, but
the headpiece with the outfit.
Yeah, it kind of made the headpiece the focal point, but and then it didn't really look good on your wig. It looked like it was like kind of mopping you, but whatever. But all in all, a solid job. To me, you were safe, this week.
Yeah.
But hey.
Then we have Darian Lake. Now, the reason why I wanted to make Darian Lake last in this group is because this is like one of the best looks I have seen on Darian.
Absolutely gorgeous.
She had like this stocking thing with her jumpsuit having the garter thing on her thighs, the hair. She even did a little squat down before the judges. Whatever. Had a little trouble getting back up.
Yeah,
just a little bit. But at the same time, she actually, I think that was her
dropped
best.
Down and got a little pigeon on.
Yeah, definitely a little sparrow. But she was the best in that group to me.
Yeah,
this is one of her best looks.
Yeah, she was. She was definitely the best of the group. Yeah, that look was amazing. The red hair with the copper tone and everything.
It was a gorgeous look.
Definitely a great look.
And I feel like in terms of her overall performance in this episode, she actually did pretty damn good.
Yeah, she did. That she did.
You go to the next group?
Yeah, so the last group were the immigrants. So we had Jimbo, we had Jessica Wilde and Candy Muse. So their concept was more of like a Carrie, Mean Girls, Heathers type of spinoff spoof.
It was called Best Friends Never.
Yeah. Best Friends for Never.
Oh, for Never. That's right.
Yeah, Best Friends for Never. And basically two of the hot chicks, Jessica Wilde and Candy Muse, and then you had Jimbo playing the frumpy, geeky, girl that wants to be friends, but they just are mean and bully her, and then she snaps and goes on a killing spree and kills them both. So it was cute.
I think they stood out way more in their rehearsal or when they were filming with Michelle directing.
Yeah,
because they were so racy with they made me cringe.
I was okay with everything. I don't, heck.
Stoney said something which is the same thing Jimbo said, which is it's better that I go way too far than to not go far enough.
Yes, and that is always the thing with entertainment in general.
Yeah, you want to make sure you go out there like, there's a such thing as overacting, but this is drag. Right. So there really is no such thing as overacting.
Right.
Camp it up if you have to.
Yes.
So with the content, they went very far. With the performance,
I thought it was solid. I thought that they all turned in a safe performance. Again, safe. They were all a safe performance in my opinion.
But I feel like, well, personally, they weren't my favorite. Black America wins for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they I like their scale a little bit more. But unfortunately, we're not judges. RuPaul and the judges, felt as though that the top team was the immigrant team of, Candy Muse, Jessica Wilde, and Jimbo. And they were the top team. All right, let's get into their runway looks real fast before we move on to the other two teams. Now Jimbo came out in a, big old big old titty and booty onesie.
Yeah, and she had titties on her butt, and they called them titty butts or something like that. So she had big, titties is her thing. So she had the big ones in the back, in the front, and then the big ones in the back.
Yeah.
It was a look. It was a Jimbo look.
It was cute. It was a cute Jimbo look. It's quintessential Jimbo. I loved it.
Jessica Wilde.
Then we had Jessica Wilde. All right, come out with a little kiss mark on her booty, and she was showing some booty. Now, she looked sexy as hell. Jessica Wilde always looks sexy. I can't, take nothing away. That is a beautiful, beautiful woman. It was a little bit subdued for me, especially for All Stars. But it fit, because it was ass out, so it fit.
Now I'll tell you what didn't fit. Candy's outfit.
Yeah, no.
So Candy's outfit was very reminiscent to Jimbo's, in my opinion. The big titties, the big inflated butt. But and she did like this balloon type big two pigtails,
anime type look and everything. Yeah,
right.
It was very anime-ish.
So the problem is for me, like the two butt cheeks that were a part of the actual skirt sat on top of her back hump.
Her big old, her big old.
So when she walked, you saw the bottom of the skirt, and then you saw her actual butt in her
now,
tights.
Have you ever seen a cake, right? Like where you're baking a cake and then it like falls? That's what Candy's ass looks like, a fallen cake. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not fluffy in there. It looks brittle and dry. So, that's what. And then you had these two like basketball humps, inflated basketball humps, sitting on top of that.
Right.
And it was terrible. It was terrible looking.
No. So let's jump in. So this is we did. Did we talk? Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah. We talked about the runway. Yeah. We talked about their look.
Yeah. So now the safe queens, right? Because there was one team that was tops. All right, and the winner was chosen from there, which was Jimbo. Yes, Jimbo is the winner this week.
Do I think Jimbo should have been the winner this week? Do I even think that group should have been the top group?
No, disagree. We both disagree on that. We both feel that Heidi and Closet should have won this week as well. But Jimbo wins, so that means that because they're the top team, that means Jessica and Candy Muse are safe. Then we had the safe team, which was the Black Americans of Kahana Montrese, Heidi and Closet, and Lala Ree were safe. All right. And then we had the bottom queens of the week, which were going to be 3 because everyone was judged as a team. And that means Alexis Michelle is up for elimination. Darian Lake is up for elimination. And James Manfield is up for elimination tonight.
Now, in that group, who do you think should have gone home?
Who would I have voted?
Yeah, who would you have voted for? Who would you have voted for?
That's the thing, because it depends on where I was. Because if I was a safe queen, I would not have seen, Alexis, right, what Alexis did, and I would have only found out about it during Untucked. Sure. And I don't know if I would have gotten the whole story during Untucked. You know what I mean? So I probably would have, because me personally, I would have been a track record queen. You know what I mean? I would have voted off a track record. So me personally, I would have went off of Darian. But had I seen, like, if I was a part of the top team, and I was out there for the judges' critique, and I saw what Alexis Michelle did, I'm putting Alexis Michelle. Yeah. I'm putting her lipstick in the thing, because I can't trust you. Right. You know what I mean? I can't trust you.
Not only that, yes, Darian has had like some struggling episode to episode, but this episode she actually did great.
Right? Yeah. Yep. So on all aspects, challenge and runway. Yeah. So no, I don't think that I don't think that Darian would have went home. I would have should have went home. You know what I mean?
That begs to question this whole concept of how people are voting off a track record. Because on the episode where she killed it, she got sent home.
Right. Right.
Oh yeah, let the cat out the bag.
So as we know with the All Stars, the winner gets the lip sync against the lip sync assassin, which is Jimbo lip syncing against the lip sync assassin, which was Chanel from season 1. Season one, yes, the very first queen to ever walk into a workroom. Oh, wow. Chanel, yes. So she came out and did her thing. And Jimbo did her thing, and it looked like, I don't know if Jimbo learned at the school of salt and pepper of spice, sugar and spice, yeah, salt and pepper, Sugar and Spice's school of lip sync, or if Sugar and Spice learned at the school of Jimbo as far as lip syncing is concerned. But that this is all that we want to do during a lip sync, just prance around. And then do this and possibly get on my knees.
I can tell you this: if Heidi was in there lip syncing, she would have won that money.
Oh my gosh, Heidi would have got that $10,000. But needless to say, Jimbo lost to Chanel from season 1. Keep in mind, season 1. All right. Yes. Almost 16 years ago. All right. That she made her debut. Like, granted, she was also on All Stars 1, and then you gotta figure we're on All Stars 8. So it's been a while since she's been on our screens. Okay,
it was good to see her. She looked great.
Yeah, she looked great. But yeah, so the $10,000 rolls over to next week. So next week's lip sync assassin battle will be worth $20,000. Jimbo did get 5,000 for winning the comp, so she's won a total of $10,000. Jessica Wilde is sitting in the catbird seat with $35,000. So
and
Kahana has 5,000. Because she has the other win. But yeah, so we'll see how the rest of the race pans out. And the group voted to eliminate Darian Lake. So once Chanel took out the lipstick, it was Darian Lake, and Darian Lake was eliminated.
I'm interested to see next week when they pull out.
Yes, who voted for who?
Right.
Yeah.
See if this was a unanimous vote.
Right.
Or if somebody else got something to worry about.
Right. Well, we all know Darian put because during the voting they showed the eliminated queens who they picked. It looked like James and Alexis picked Darian, and then Darian picked James
because James picked her 2 times.
2 times in a row. So So that is what happened as a wrap on the and the lip sync battle was to Bad Reputation by Joan Jett. So Jimbo lost on that. So now we're going to talk about our best racers and our worst racers and our honorable mention. So honorable mention.
Yeah, he quiet.
Honorable mention.
Oh no, James Mansfield. I'm sorry.
Honorable mention, James Mansfield running a solid race. I would say that kind of blew a tire a little bit, but got it changed out and is back on. Lost a little bit of time now.
You got James is like really got to pick up some momentum fast.
Yeah,
because we down to 8 girls, and that's going to change quickly.
Yeah, our bottom 2 queens who are running the worst race in our opinion. All right,
I wouldn't put one above or under the other.
Yeah, they're like jockeying to see who, like they're just trying not to be last, jockeying trying not to be last, but they're just last together, and that is Candy Muse and Lala Ray.
Candy in this week she had her acting challenge was actually very entertaining. I was entertained. It was funny. It was good. Candy Muse not so much. Yeah. But the problem is Candy has been so consistent and nothing has gotten better. With Lala in the beginning of the season, her acting really wasn't that good.
Right.
That freaking Heidi is rubbing off on her. So that's why I feel like they are evenly matched, because Candy hasn't done any better and Lala is making a little progress. So she went from being the absolute last to on the same level with Candy Muse.
Right. Which isn't much, but whatever. All right. So now we have our best racers. Starting at number 4, we have Kahana Montrese at number 4, our 4th best racer.
Yes.
Then we have Jessica Wilde falling back to number 3.
Number 2, we have Heidi
in Closet at number 2.
And at number 1,
we have Jimbo. All right. Yeah. So it's pretty much panning out the way that I thought it was going to be. Jessica Wilde was a wild card I knew coming in. Kahana Montrese is a surprise.
Yeah.
But I knew Jessica Wilde could be a force, but it was like, I don't know. It's been a while. So, she might have lost it, but she was a force on her season, who I think should have gotten the All-Star call long, long time ago. Yeah. But she's doing it now, working. So definitely it is panning out to be a Jimbo and Heidi race, which is what I thought it was going to be coming in.
The most interesting thing is the statistics on the actual show versus what they're giving, which we all are clearly seeing. It's like Heidi she really should be in that 1.5 spot. Like Jimbo and Heidi should be at the top the way Lala and Candy are.
At the bottom.
At the bottom, yeah. However, Heidi is the only person in our top 4 who has not won a single challenge.
Right.
And it's not because she can't hang with the rest. It's like she just, for whatever reason, they keep playing in her face. Yeah. Ooh, what you doing?
Yeah.
Y'all better after y'all send like 3 more girls home, y'all better turn it around and start focusing more on Heidi.
Right.
We want Heidi.
Right. So now that leaves So now that leaves 4 queens in the Fame game. All right, we have Monica Beverly Hills, Naysha Lopez, Mrs. Kasha Davis, and now Darian Lakes. All right, so make sure that you guys are watching their social medias and everything else to see what, and watching Untucked.
I'll say you can go on Untucked as well.
To see the runway looks that the queens would have had, so that way you can be fully informed and vote, on who's going to be the queen of the Fame games for you. So yeah, I think that
Question.
Yeah.
Would you vote for somebody on Queen of the Fame game, or you want to continue to play this out and somebody will still win even with the winner?
Yeah.
Okay, so who so far do you think in the Fame game has it right now? I don't know if you've been watching, but so far, if it's up to me, nobody.
Yeah, no, there isn't anybody that is winning the Fame games right now. If you know somebody, or if you have somebody right now that of those 4 that is winning the Fame games to you, let us know, because right now none of them are really impressing me enough to want to. I will give Naysha's As the World Turns look was beautiful. Like, it was the little tuxedo, and then turned around, and you had the the lapel and the bow tie, and it was like the window into the booty, and it was a nice booty. But it was elegant. It looked great. I thought that she is doing. It was strong, especially compared to her last couple of looks that she put out, which were very weak, and underwhelming. But this one was elevated and different, and I liked it. I think that alone kind of puts her into the lead. Mrs. Kasha Davis's As the World Turns look was terrible. It was just terrible, funny and everything, and it seemed like Mrs. Kasha Davis, but it was just terrible. Like, I don't expect Mrs. Kasha Davis to do anything about As the World Turns,
Right.
But yeah. And Monica Beverly Hills, good for her. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that right now. If I had to pick, it would be between Naysha and Darian. Honestly, that are leading the Queen of the Fame games, and Darian just got in, so it's something that she's already in the tops as far as that race is concerned. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought that it was a solid episode. We have Snatch Game of Love coming up.
Yes. Am I looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to seeing what Heidi and Jimbo are going to do. And honestly, I am looking forward to seeing what Jessica Wilde is going to do, because I want to see what she's going to do next. Like, and the thing about Jessica Wilde is that she is wild. She is unpredictable. Like, I'm like, she's either going to knock it out of the park and be stupidly hilarious, or she's going to be totally belligerent and just like uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, but either way, I'm excited to see it.
This is All Stars, so it's not the regular Snatch game that they gave us All Stars, All Winners. This is Snatch Game of Love.
Snatch Game of Love, which is more of a traditional All-Star game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the interaction with the guests, whoever the Bachelor is going to be. I'm looking forward to how they bring these characters to life with that. So.
And from the preview, it looked like Rue was having a good old time laughing, and you know that is always the
you want to hear
benchmark.
That laugh.
Yeah,
you want to hear that laugh.
So looking forward to that and everything. I'm also looking forward to celebrating a special day coming up,
Memorial Day,
and it is the hold on, what is it? Huh?
Like what age?
Yeah,
25.
All right, we'll go with that. The 25th Jubilee celebration for the King.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yep. Tuesday is my birthday.
Times that by 2. We get closer. Yeah.
That's too far.
Nope, no, not just about right.
You went too far.
Nope.
That's not it.
Nope, it's cool.
I'm not that far from that age.
He's a vampire. Don't believe him. They lie all the time. You got to invite them into places or else. So, yeah.
That's just common courtesy. You don't invite yourself into someone's house. They have to invite you.
You just can't come in. So, that's fine.
That's funny.
Yeah, vampire. So, yeah.
You know what would be great for my birthday? If you guys got a gift for yourself. a life of less than what to be porn star. Help me celebrate my birthday by reading up on my life.
Yes, find out when he became a vampire. Right here in this book. Yes.
Never tell. So yeah, go down here to the link right over here, and get you a copy of that book. Get you a little
click
copy.
on it now because the link is very short.
And let me also say this: I am running out of stock before I make my next order, so order yours now, so that way when I run out, yours will be already in the mail. I don't have to wait for the next shipment. So
yes.
So yeah, get yours now. Don't wait. And wish me a happy birthday.
Yes.
God damn it. I love you guys. Is there anything else you want to say to these people?
Thank y'all for coming. God bless you.